If you live in Plainfield with a dog, you know it's about so much more than just playing fetch in the backyard, right? It's about navigating those busy downtown sidewalks and enjoying all our great local parks. So this is your guide to finding the right trainer to make every single one of those moments a total joy. I mean, this really paints the picture, doesn't it? Just imagine it for a second. A nice, calm stroll through the farmer's market, or a really relaxed walk in your own neighborhood. The right training is what turns these everyday things from kind of stressful to truly enjoyable for both of you. So, what does it really mean to train a dog for life in Plainfield? Well, we're talking about going way beyond just sit and stay. This is all about building the skills your dog actually needs for the real-world situations you're going to face every day, right here in town. Okay, let's talk about how we do this. The most recommended approach these days is positive reinforcement, and it's a pretty simple idea. You teach your dog what you want them to do by using rewards instead of punishing them for what you don't want. This method isn't just effective and humane, it also builds a much stronger, more trusting bond between you and your dog. So you get the philosophy. Now, how is that training actually delivered? There are a few different ways to do it. And the best one for you is really going to depend on your specific goals, your dog's unique personality, and of course, your lifestyle. This chart kind of breaks down the main options for you. Group classes, they're fantastic for learning to focus around all sorts of distractions. Private lessons are perfect for tackling those specific at-home issues, like jumping on guests. And then there are board and train programs, which offer this really intensive, immersive experience to speed up the learning process. Okay, so once you have an idea of the format you want, the next big step is to evaluate the trainers themselves. So what should you be looking for to make sure you're hiring a truly qualified professional? Now, here's something you need to know. Illinois doesn't actually require trainers to be certified, and that's exactly why looking for these credentials is so important. They show a trainer has really invested in their education and is committed to professional standards. For example, a CPD-TKA is a great sign for general obedience, while something like a CBCKA signals expertise in more serious issues like anxiety or aggression. And of course, we've got to talk about budget. This slide gives you a really realistic look at what you can expect for training services here in the Plainfield and Greater Will County area. As you can see, the costs can vary pretty widely depending on the type and intensity of the program you end up choosing. And here is a super practical tip for you. Before you commit to anything, make sure you understand the full cost. You'll want to ask about package deals, what they include, and if there are any extra fees like travel time for a trainer who comes to your house. Now you're all set to actually start talking to trainers. A consultation is basically your chance to interview them and see if they're the right fit. And believe me, knowing what to ask is the key to making a decision you feel really good about. Think of this checklist as your guide. You want to hear them talk about positive, reward-based methods. You want to know their qualifications. You need a plan that's made for your dog, not some one-size-fits-all thing. And finally, understanding how they track progress and getting all the logistics clear up front just prevents any surprises down the road. Okay, let's bring all of this right back home. Being a great dog owner in Plainfield also means knowing the local rules and, just as importantly, where you can go to practice all those awesome new skills you're learning. All right, this one is huge. The village code here in Plainfield is super specific. When your dog is off your property, they have to be on a leash that is no longer than 10 feet. That goes for all parks, trails, and sidewalks. So that means those retractable leashes, when they're extended all the way out, are often not in compliance. And here are a few other key local rules to know. The rabies vaccine and tag are required by law, but notice how good training ties right into that nuisance barking ordinance. Working on barking proactively can save you a lot of headaches with your neighbors. And a quick pro tip, any professional trainer you hire should have a village business license to operate here. So once you start training, you're going to need places to practice, and Plainfield has some amazing options. Settlers Park is just perfect for that safe, fenced-in space to work on recall. For more advanced leash skills around distractions like bikes or other hikers, the trails of Van Horn Woods or in the bigger Will County Forest Preserves are excellent training grounds. So, as we wrap up, I want you to think about this question for a minute. What is it? Is it having a solid recall, a calm walk downtown, or maybe just not having your dog jump all over guests when they come to the door? Nailing down that one key goal is the absolute perfect starting point for your training journey. At the end of the day, training is about strengthening your relationship and making your life together better. So here's to finding the perfect trainer and building a partnership with your dog that makes every single walk, every park visit, and every moment at home right here in Plainfield a complete pleasure.